Welcome back to TOT Star Wars, another very contentious topic today. We really appreciate the support recently. Join the Discord if you're not. Today we have, should Anakin have been granted the rank of Master? I don't know how we exactly stumbled upon this topic here. We have a 2v2 debate, it seems like, but let's see what's going on.
Okay.
If it's on the other side,
if our side's gonna start it first,
we're happy to start. We're happy to start.
I'll just start it off with the main point. The Chosen One. He is more powerful than any other Jedi ever. What is even in question? He's the Chosen One.
But many people on the council didn't believe in the prophecy
because they're
Mace Windu. That's about it. Keanu Mundi,
dead.
Very high-ranking masters.
And they're dumb. They're dumb.
That all got fooled by Order 66. I don't make the rules. They all died.
Exactly. Okay. Go for another one, Finn. We'll counteract it real quick.
No, and it's going to be me and Stone absolutely slamming you guys for the next 15 to 12 to 15 minutes, and I'm totally okay with that. This is a guy who's an emotional head case. This is a guy who wasn't starting. They didn't start training him until he was 10. So you have a guy who's as proficient as Obi-Wan, who killed the first Sith Lord in over 1,000 years. He's been trained since he was a baby, and he was made a master in his mid-20s. You're going to make Anakin a master at 19. He's been being trained for 9 years. You're out of your mind. They would never do that.
Okay.
Yeah, Anakin definitely should not have been master. Come on.
Your first point. So quick question. You think Obi-Wan is deserving of being a master?
He was granted the title of master when he was the first Jedi to kill us in over 1,000 years. Of course he was deserving to be a master.
He was deserving?
He got knight after.
No.
Maul.
No.
Ooh, is there bickering on their own squad?
No, he's correct.
Anyway.
No, he was knight from that and then later granted master.
Yeah. Anyway.
So you think that you shouldn't just be granted for just killing a Sith like Dooku? You shouldn't just be granted.
No, you think? Let me go here.
Okay. I just had a point.
Obi-Wan was promoted to master because of his training with Anakin, correct?
Yeah.
Not
Anakin
entirely, but a little bit.
Partly, probably.
Yes, that's a crucial factor. Not just killing a Sith, because of training a Padawan. Essential part of becoming a master.
We'll have chat look that up.
Anakin trained Ahsoka, who is one of the most powerful Jedi out there. One of the most.
She left the order.
You're gonna grant the order
not because of him. Not because of him.
You're gonna grant a guy master
again. Failed again. Not making it a master.
The fact that you would bring that up as a point on your side shows how disconnected you guys are from this debate. You're gonna look at a guy who, in their eyes, now obviously viewing through the lens of the Clone Wars TV show, we know that this is not accurate. But in the eyes of the council, the guys who would grant him master, this guy, we gave him a trial run. Okay, we let him. There was weird circumstances that we're in the middle of a war. We're going to give him a Padawan, just whatever, to be a general of whatever legion. She bombs the Jedi Temple. This guy had a Padawan for 2 years, and his Padawan bombs the Jedi Temple. This is in their eyes.
Then come back to it. Then come back and circle back around. She bombs the Jedi Temple. They figure out she's innocent, and then they go, "You're a knight." And then you want to know what happens when you're a knight? When the technical rule is, if your Padawan becomes a knight, you become a master. You become a master. That's the rule. And she became a knight, and she declined it. So there's not even a technicality there. Also, too, to circle back real quick before we lose it, you think that Obi-Wan deserves to be a master? Anakin saved his life against Dooku. He's a better Jedi. So he saves his life against Dooku.
He's not a better Jedi. He might be a stronger Force user. He's not a better Jedi.
He's not a better Jedi.
And I know for a fact this is going to get brought up because you've already brought up emotions and all that. You're going to bring up, he broke the rule that you can't have emotional relations with someone. Obi-Wan did that with Satine, had emotions for her, so he breaks that rule while he's a master.
He never acted on it.
He still has the emotions though, so that's still against the Jedi rule. That's
a lot of people did. A lot of them did.
Also, Rob, I'll back you up again. In their fight in Revenge of the Sith, You were my brother, Anakin. That's emotions. Brothers, siblings.
No,
those are emotions.
that's so nitpicky. That's not.
Oh, so nitpicky.
Also, too, if we're talking about breaking rules, we're gonna talk about breaking rules. Qui-Gon, who was one of the most respected Jedi, like basically ran his own route. Ran his own route from the Jedi Order. So we can't even bring up the fact that breaking rules, because there's been multiple Jedi that are masters that do the same shit.
They broke their
committed war
crimes
crimes.
when they brought him in.
If we're bringing Clone Wars stuff into this, if we're gonna bring Clone Wars examples, that dude committed so many war crimes.
He executed Admiral Trench when he should have had a fair trial. That's a fact. The Republic could have used that intel. You got a guy who's emotional in a head case, executing him on sight. Look,
these are the reasons why he wasn't granted that. Though.
And again, let's also not forget, you guys are advocating for something that the Sith Lord recommended. Who's the one who recommended Anakin be promoted to master immediately?
So you're bringing up the fact. You're bringing up the fact too that Palpatine asked the Jedi Order to make him a master, which I get. You're going to look at it from the behind the scenes aspect of, oh, he technically was a Sith Lord and he recommended him as a master. The same time, the Jedi are doing the same thing. They go spy on Palpatine while Palpatine is saying spy on the Jedi. Basically,
that has nothing
it's the
to do
same
with
thing. So you can't, but it's the same. You said he recommended him. He recommended him so he could spy on him. The Jedi are asking the same thing for him to spy on Palpatine. They're doing the same shit.
He recommended them. He recommended him because he knew they would deny it. He was trying to create a wedge. I'm not going to do that. That's a fact thing. I got called out for that the other day. But that is in the texts of the Revenge of the Sith novel. He did that intentionally, knowing that they would decline it. First of all. Second of all, the spying thing he was doing anyway. Third of all, you're basically advocating that the Sith Lord who overthrew the entire Jedi, his recommendation should be taken by those same Jedi who overthrew. That makes zero sense.
Because they're dumb as hell and they're dead. They're all dead. We're all looking at We're looking at it from 2020, like hindsight's 2020. We're all looking at it from the after everything. You guys are saying the opinion of people that all died.
I'm not saying I haven't got to say anything right now.
I'm just saying everyone that said he shouldn't be a master is dead.
Obi-Wan
is dead. Obi-Wan wanted him to be a master.
No,
you can't even deny that.
In a deleted scene, Anakin says,
"Oh, deleted scenes. Oh,
maybe
not
non-canon." Did George Lucas write and film that? I'm sorry. Did George Lucas write and film that? And it got cut for time. He says maybe one day, maybe one day, maybe one day soon. And Obi-Wan says, "Soon, be patient, Padawan. So your day will come." And Anakin goes, "Maybe in a couple of years." This is a conversation right outside of the speeder on Coruscant. Look, this is written in the wall. You make Anakin a master, you're putting, like Stone said, a war criminal on the Jedi Council. Again, you're putting a guy who's Padawan in their eyes. I understand that she was acquitted.
Too young too.
I understand she was acquitted for the bomb allegations, but let's not forget, Ahsoka was unbelievably rebellious. Ahsoka made decisions. You could even bring up her sneaking to Geonosis. Luminara and Plo Koon and them were infuriated about that. That's going on under Anakin's rule. So you're basically saying whatever Padawan he has is going to follow in his footsteps, as Ahsoka did, and his footsteps are reckless, doesn't follow orders, has attachment, all these things that the Jedi way are against. You can't put a guy like that on the.
But he's successful in doing so. He's the most decorated Clone Wars.
But that's not the Jedi way, though. We're arguing. We're not arguing if he's good and successful at what he does. We're arguing if he should be a master in the Jedi way.
They want to see change.
They don't want to see change at all.
They want to get this war over with and go back to peaceful times. The only way to do that is by defeating the enemy.
Which is why they appointed him a seat on the council without being the rank of master, so that he can implement change. So that he can implement change without breaking their rituals.
Because the Palpatine asked him to be there. That's the only reason he was granted that. They literally said it in a quote in the movie.
I'm aware, but that's my point. Is that okay? We'll find the fine line here. We'll allow him to be on the council so we can implement that change that you want them.
Also,
we also can't break our rituals.
Let me take this a step further. I think if they grant him the rank of master, he doesn't even turn to the dark side. Hot take. Sue me.
Yes.
That's
yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Cherry picking. I think that's a huge factor in it.
No.
Cherry picked. There was many other things.
If Anakin gets granted the rank of master, there's still a Jedi Order.
You don't realize how You don't realize how strong Palpatine's manipulation is. You don't realize that.
What was it?
He was gonna get
for not deception. The whatever he was doing. He was enacting the dark side of the Force over every single member of the Jedi Council at once. That's how powerful he was. I don't remember. It wasn't Force deception. It was called something else. But we're deviating from the original point here.
No, not at all. I don't think
this guy's legitimately out of his mind. And I'm a fan of his. But his actions at the end of the day reflected why he couldn't be in a position like that.
If we're talking, though, for the pure success of the Jedi Order, making Anakin a master seals the Jedi the victory. Like, they win. They will win if he's a master because he won't turn.
He would, though.
I get the point.
We're talking about the evidence building up to him being a master or not. Should he be master or not? We're not talking about what ifs of after. We're talking about should he be a master
from
during the time he was denied from it. And
I still think yes, because he's more qualified than
too young.
That council. He's
too
half
young.
the council. But the too young things too. LeBron was
you're
at 18 years old.
Because he's powerful. Great. That's great. But he's a one-man show. And basketball is different because you can be a one-man show and be successful in the NBA. Follow this or that hoops for more on hoops. Shout out. But you're confusing the power aspect to what the Jedi Order is all about and the Jedi teachings. He's too young and too immature for Jedi teachings. Yeah, he's very powerful, but he's not ready to take on the role of master and teach at that level. He's just not.
I get exactly what you're saying though, because like you're saying that like as far as Jedi ritual, he breaks a lot of the rules, and that's why they said no. That's 100%.
But it's like it's a little bit like Christianity though. You can mend it and fix it over a little bit of time. It's not like he wasn't gonna ever not be that.
I'm just thinking from a perspective though. I'm thinking of a perspective though where that yes, he breaks Jedi rules technically. But at the same time, if they were to make him a master, it wins them the war.
You're doing the what if. It's if he should have been up to that point qualified.
I get
yes.
Qualified still, yes, because he's more qualified than half the council. He goes into war more than no one on that council actually steps foot in the war besides like a few cases.
Obi-Wan.
Like
Luminara,
Obi-Wan, Plo Koon, Luminara, and Kit Fisto. That's like Keanu Mundy like barely steps in, puts boots on the ground like one time ever. Like Anakin's in the trenches every single battle.
And that's where they need him.
He knows this better. He knows what's going on better than anyone. He could have been such a tool to what's going on in the war.
But that's not true because what he was raw power. So you don't need a guy like that.
Inexperience.
Okay, so then use the experience. Boots on the ground, like you're saying. We don't need a guy with insane emotions making decisions.
You're basically saying Wrecker
guy on the battlefield making an impact, which he wouldn't do sitting in the council chamber. You put those old fucks in the council chamber to make the decisions. You send out guys like Anakin to get the job done.
Finn, this is like Rob. This is like Rob trying to say like Wrecker should be the leader of the Bad Batch because he's the most powerful out of all of them. Imagine what would happen if Wrecker was the leader of them.
That's a debate for another day.
But Rob, you want guys who are older,
you guys want guys like Tech, who's dead.
R.I.P. Tech. Check the meme out. You want guys like him. You want guys like him, boots on the ground, like you said. You don't want him sitting on Coruscant making decisions.
Why can't he be boots on ground and making decisions? He goes back to the council a million times during the Clone Wars. It's not like he can't sit there and make decisions.
Like we're not saying this guy should be Grandmaster. We're not saying this guy should be Grandmaster. We're not saying he should replace the other. We're saying he should have a seat.
Nobody has said that.
I know. I'm just.
That's what you guys are acting like.
Guys from the fucking council go out and do shit. You act like they've never done.
A couple minutes ago, you just said that none of them do anything.
That's
we
not
never
fairly.
said that.
I never said they have to. I never said they have to do something. I said they don't do anything. They can easily go out to battle and be on the council.
They do. Matt says they do stuff though.
Seems like there's a little bit of disconnect over
7 people that have boots on ground.
The synergy over there is not good.
You're just looking at a guy who's trained one person. That one person was emotionally unstable enough to be welcomed back into the Order and leave. She made reckless decisions over the course of 3 years in the Clone Wars. Was she very effective? Yes, but so is he. He's implementing all these mental problems that he has into her. And that's the reason she walked away from the Order. We're not setting this guy up with another Padawan.
Because of the Order, because the Jedi didn't trust her, because they didn't have people qualified enough on the council.
That's Dave Filoni's Mickey Mouse version of the story. That's Dave Filoni's Mickey Mouse.
That's
no one on the council
because Dave Filoni's your goat. Dave Filoni's your goat, so you can't even Mickey
It's
Mouse.
not my goat anymore after Mando season 3. That's a conversation for another day.
No one on the council's having crazy weird dreams and shit like that. He's not worthy.
Bro, this guy's also nobody else is. You can't have a guy on the council. That's Jedi.
Well, no. Kiadi Mundi was, but it's because that he had to save his
50.
population.
But
he had the exception.
Right, he had to sustain the population. But there's what a topic.
Yeah. I didn't think this
dude, that should be the next topic. Should Kiadi Mundi be able to not?
We continue to put
membership
on
YouTube exclusive coming soon.
No debate. We all say yes.
We were talking, guys. If you made it to the end of the video, we were talking about a Patreon. One of the ideas we had for the Patreon was to dress Rob up as Kiadi Mundi, send him into a strip club in Philly, and let him do his thing. If you guys want that, drop a like,
comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.